Hey everybody, it's Thomas and Krista with Throne Builders.
Hello, wonderful friends.
Wonderful to see you today. We're going to give a brief prophetic word for the week of November 25th, and Krista is going to take it away.
Here I go. No, just joking.
Okay,
I'm in a really weird mood today, if you haven't noticed. So real quickly, I'm going to make this video shorter for some of you guys out there. Last night I was watching Pawn Stars. I don't know if you guys ever watched that show. And on the Pawn Stars, somebody was selling an old like a round thing that held radiation. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That was crazy. Yeah. And back in the day, in the 1920s, people actually thought that radiation was good for you. And people were selling it in little bottles, tablets, drinking water. They were putting radiation and stuff, and they called it Radithor or something like that.
You know, it was a crock
Crazy.
that they would put radium in and then put water in with the radium, and people were supposed to drink 6 to 8 ounces a day for their health.
So we think, wow, that's crazy because we know how dangerous radiation is. But, you know, back in the day, they really were convinced that radiation was good for you. Of course, people died soon after that took it, but they didn't know, you know, they were just going by what they heard and by what all the media was saying, the doctors and all the different influences of that day. So I was just so astounded when I heard that. I was like, you got to be kidding me. But then the Lord spoke to me, and this is what I want to share with all of you guys out there. He said, what is it in your day right now in your own personal life that you're believing that's good for you, that's wholesome, that's true, that's really not good for you? Like, he just absolutely spoke to me, and it was so profound. And he's like, what are you believing? Or how are you living in such a way where you think these things are good for you and they're really not? And, you know, you can really, you could put that in the spiritual, the emotional, or the physical, because there's a lot of physical things we're being told that are good for us that are really not. Yeah. Same with your spiritual and your emotional aspects of your life. So just real quickly, God showed me, you know, when we don't know who we are settling for a different identity. We're living in another identity. There's two things going on inside is what I like to tell people. There is the identity that you really should be living in, that you really should be aware of, but most of us are not. And then there's another identity of what we've always lived since birth. And by the way, you cannot live out of two identities. You can only choose one. And so the Lord was just really speaking to me about this radiation, saying, in your day right now that you're living, what belief systems are you believing that man taught you? What lies have been told to you that you really think are true? True about yourself, true about your world, true about your friends and family, that are absolutely opposite of God's kingdom. I'll let Tom jump in here.
And that's so cool because it really, you know, often Krista and I will do these and we don't share what we're going to talk about, but it's so interesting how this ties into what I was shown, and we didn't discuss it. Most of you need to get to know yourselves. Is the thing that I got as I was meditating on this. I got this last night because we meditate for a few days and think about, you know, God, what is it that you're wanting to release? You need to get to know yourself. So many of you spend no time in quiet ever. You always have noise on. You always have to be busy doing something. You're always letting your mind run like crazy. And because of this, you don't understand why your emotions are flared. You don't understand, you know, you eat stuff. I remember just was thinking about the food, and I was thinking a couple years ago, we went to a Little Caesars as a family. And get, you know, like 2 pizzas for $10 or something like that. I grew up on that stuff. And we got the pizza, and about 30 minutes after we ate it, we all like literally had like murder in our mind. Like, we're just, and we're like, what's going on?
We were angry. We didn't know why.
Like our heads were burning. Like I felt like my brain was on fire, and it was the stuff they put in the food. You need to begin to understand when you put food in your, you know, my kid's ADD. No, cut out the sugar. You'd be amazed what kind of a difference that will make, or at least greatly limit it. You need to get to know yourself. Some of you spend all of your time praying to God and worshiping to God, but really the God that is within you is so much closer, so much more available, and so much more capable of delivering you. And God is really speaking to his people in this day to come to that, not talking about introspecting, like how am I doing and all that, but who am I? And what are the causes and effects that are taking place in my life? What am I and what have I sown that I'm reaping in turn with that? So really take the time this week to get to know yourself and focus on this and lead into the next stage of your life so that you can experience the blessings. You know, years ago I was unaware of how I'd feel when I'd eat junk food or something like that. I get angry and impatient. We used to eat certain foods as a family at night and wake up the next next morning, we'd all be fighting each other all day long. We're like, what's wrong with us? I'm like, oh, maybe it's all that junk we ate.
Yeah.
So get to know yourself. Spend time in quiet. So, put away the books. Put away the Bible. Put away the TV preachers. Put away the YouTube. I know some people that say, oh, I have Daystar playing 24/7. Cut it out, get quiet.
The art of silence has been lost.
Or the sounds of
It's
silence.
so important to have, that silence in your life so that you can really hear what God is saying to you.
That's right.
And that's not always a quick thing. You have to take the time to relax into that sometimes because of all the stresses. So
cultivate a relationship with yourself.
Right.
Is the most important relationship you'll ever cultivate. So
I wanted to say quickly that he doesn't know I'm going to say is that at the bottom of this video, I want to put a link down there for you guys. I want you all to read it. My son is an amazing writer, and he wrote he wrote an article called excuse me, let me scratch that. Okay, here we go. He wrote an amazing article called Discount Poison. Let me do it again. My son wrote an amazing article called I can't do it. Amazing article called I can't do it. Oh my God. You got to edit that. Discount Poison. Discount Poison. Okay, got it. All right, ready? Go. So my son wrote an amazing article called Discount Poison. And you guys got to read this. It's awesome.
Excellent. So we're here in Forest Park, Georgia, and we're getting ready to head out right after the filming of this. And Krista's going to give you just a 1-minute update on what's going on with us. So take it away.
All right, real quick.
Clock is on.
All right. Well, a lot of you already know our story, so I don't have to share all of it. But we're in a hotel, like Tom said, and we're trying to raise funds to get to our promised land, which is upstate New York. It's actually on the border of Canada there. A lady has a 200-acre farm. She wants us to come and help her to build the land and then build up on the land, and it's going to fit perfectly into our training center. We can finally start our training center and have a prototype there on the land. So we're really excited about this opportunity. And as you know, we've been looking for this to happen for 5 years, and the door has just opened. So if you know anybody, or you could personally help us financially to get to this promised land, we would so appreciate it, because honestly, right now we're just on the edge, living by faith. As you know, we don't have any funds to really get us there. So we're asking all of our friends and people that have been helped by Throne Builders, that maybe in the past you've been helped but you haven't had a chance to give yet, because a lot of you told me I want to give, but I can't give until a certain time. If you could do it now, that would be awesome.
This would be a good time.
Because we really need to get up there and get established and be in a stable place, because all this traveling is kind of keeping us from getting more work done, and we want to be in a stable place.
But in order for us to go up there, we actually need to go south about 4 hours from where we are right now.
Yeah, that's right.
I guess it's actually closer to 5 hours from where we are right now, and get our things out of storage. So we're actually going to have to go rent a U-Haul, and that's going to cost almost $1,000 to get a U-Haul and then make a beeline for New York.
Right.
And the reason that we're not wanting to do that immediately is because the house is not actually ready for us.
Right.
It's available, we can go up there, but it will be very cramped and very chaotic, but we're willing to do that if that's what needs to happen. So if you're able to help us rent a U-Haul, pay for funds, 2 or 3 nights in a hotel, and that would be such a big help to us.
Even food or gas money, anything.
A lot of people, we have a lot of people send us $10-20, and sometimes we'll have enough for a hotel come in for a night, for 2 hotel rooms, because we have 6 people. So anyways.
And animals.
And animals.
Don't forget the animals.
Children not included in that. So anyways, we love you all so much. We're so grateful for your support, your encouragement.
Yes.
We hope that you have a wonderful week getting to know yourself, and as you're getting to know yourself, becoming aware of the things in your life, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, and financially, and relationally, that are weighing you down and keeping you from living in the fullest potential.
And don't forget to read that link down at the bottom.
The link will be in the description below.
You'll love it.
And if you'd like to give, you can go to our website, thronebuilders.org, and the link will be in the description below as well. Have a great week, everyone.
Bye-bye.